A federal appeals court has temporarily barred enforcement of a Louisville ordinance that creates a buffer zone around healthcare centers. The midterm elections are more than 2 weeks away, but people are already casting their ballots. 12 minority business owners have graduated from a program that is helping them gain skills to grow. Over the past hour or so, we've seen a number of those people return, trying to see if they could get toward their apartment, but as you can see, it's still blocked off by fire tape and also by all the damage that was left behind. Now think about that. That was in the era of the New Deal, and while the Brent Spence Bridge is not nearly that old, need is just as big. Now behind me, over to my left shoulder, is where President Joe Biden will be making a speech, right in the shadow of the reason we are here. We expect to learn more about its official opening date next week, but tonight, WDRB's Katrina Nichols shows us how things are shaping up around the facility. A federal appeals court has placed a temporary hold on President Biden's student debt relief program. The union president here at the Kentucky truck plant called the decision to go on strike yesterday the nuclear option. As you can hear, a lot of trucks, a lot of cars are honking for the workers that are picketing and marching right now. 4 years ago, Daniel Cameron was actually the lesser-known candidate in that attorney general race between him and Greg Stumbo, the Democratic candidate. Well, he beat Stumbo by 200,000 votes and has seen his national profile take a meteoric rise ever since then. The FBI says the man in Pennsylvania, that's Jeremy Pauley, he'd been also messaging a man in Mount Washington, Kentucky. His name, William Burke on Facebook, later identified as James Knott. Forecastle Festival not happening next year. Organizers say they want to work on some things and make the festival even better. Delays and cancellations at Muhammad Ali International Airport already happening. Today, 56 flights were delayed, 17 canceled. 5 people got out safely after a fire started at a southern Indiana business. Jeffersonville firefighters were called out to Sunrise Recovery on Allison Lane near Middle Road around 7 o'clock tonight. One woman sexually assaulted by an officer, another man wrongfully arrested and jailed. Just 2 of those violated by the actions of LMPD officers. We're standing right at 25th and Griffins. I'm going to step out so that our photographer Zebedee can push in a little bit and show you just how many police officers are here. No sign of a bus in this lane yet. We're at Shelbyville Road and MacArthur, a very busy road, and also the bus stop for Andrea Johnson and her daughter Kamaya, who's going into 4th grade all the way in Price Elementary. A northern Indiana teacher is accused of having a kill list targeting students and staff. Despite the cries of protesters ringing out throughout the Capitol, lawmakers in the Senate voted to override the governor's veto of Senate Bill 150, the latest on the controversial bill. Shovels are about to go in the ground in J-Town for the city's new police headquarters. These are renderings of what the new building will look like. The new headquarters will be built right next to the old headquarters on Taylorsville Road near Watterson Trail. The 2-story building will have about 40,000 square feet, and in addition to space for police, it will have a community room and public plaza with a water feature. A groundbreaking will take place next Wednesday. Construction is expected to last between 18 to 20 months. Snow is falling in Kentuckiana. Team coverage of the winter storm continues right now on WDRB News at 11. That winter storm we've been talking about for days is here. We have team coverage across the region, keeping an eye on the skies and the roads. All right, Katrina and Hannah, thank you. Hannah said she was wearing 6 layers. It's still cold out there.
I believe it.
So it's a good idea to get shelter from all this weather. Besides staying inside, the other thing we keep hearing from officials, stay off the roads. WDRB's Christy Batista spent the day in Frankfort where agencies meet during the storm. About 150 personnel from the Indiana National Guard have been activated ahead of the winter storm. They will serve as highway assistant teams across the northern part of the state. 3 counties in northern Indiana are under blizzard conditions. The state's Emergency Operations Center is operating 24/7. This winter storm is moving into the area just in time to mess with a lot of holiday travel plans.
That's right.
Delays and cancellations at Muhammad Ali International Airport already happening. Today, 56 flights were delayed, 17 canceled. According to FlightAware, tomorrow, 1 flight is already delayed, 14 already canceled, including 8 Southwest flights. For Saturday, 1 flight is already canceled, and nationally, 29 tomorrow. 2,900 flights are already delayed, and more than 4,400 have been canceled. More are expected as severe winter weather impacts about half the country.